Howdy, folks. Let's talk about suicide safety plans today. You're probably familiar with safety plans from other aspects of your life, maybe when you were in the military, or for disaster events or weather. Maybe you've got a safety plan for travel. Probably have a safety plan for your kids. Or maybe you run into it on your job. Hopefully, you've heard about suicide safety plans. A quick internet search brings up many options. Many of them seem to be modeled off the Stanley-Brown safety plan. It's a set of escalating steps in response to your deteriorating mental state. It goes like this. First, you list out warning signs. Then you list coping strategies that you can use to help yourself. And then a little farther on, it talks about distractions, people or places or things that can change your mindset. Then it lists buddies, folks you can reach out to that help you. Then it lists professionals, hotlines and 911, things like that. And then it talks about locking up the actual threats to you, the things you might use to attempt suicide. This suicide safety plan is something you do for yourself. You build the plan in a time of calm and safety, not during the midst of mental distress. You can use it as a good starting point to set yourself up for success kind of overall in your life, because it involves a different perspective. You have to acknowledge your struggle, put it down on paper. It helps you build resilience, looking at it, thinking about it, facing into the things you have difficulty with. Helps you seek good community. To have a really good plan, you need to reach out and involve other people in your mental health. Get buddies and folks who can do buddy checks for you, and establish a good network of family and friends. I recommend a suicide safety plan to anybody who's faced into the maw of suicide ideation. My plan is fairly simple. I have good daily habits, prayer and meditation, exercise, stretching, nutrition, hydration, that I use as the basis to keep me grounded. I keep resources handy on my phone for me. I've got the PTSD app, and I've got access to some veteran-specific groups I join that help each other out, some buddy check stuff, and got a quick internet access to crisis hotlines or 911. I've also got reach out to several friends via text or messenger that I keep in a regular habit of contacting and letting them know how I'm doing. They care, and I make it a point to keep myself close to them rather than stepping back and distancing myself for any reason. And it works. They don't mind. In my family, we have a friend that I or the kids can call before we reach out to professional resources. It's very empowering for my kids to know that they can call up this auntie and say, hey, can you talk to Dad? He's having a hard time. And we've set that up beforehand, and I understand and she understands what we're getting into, and we respect each other in that avenue. My wife and I also have a hide the keys agreement, so she can, if she feels that things are escalating for me, or I can, if I feel that things are escalating, hand her the keys, or she can go take the keys, and she just hides them somewhere. She says she hides them in a different place every time, and I respect that. And you could argue that maybe that's not the most foolproof thing, but what I find is even that simple act is very empowering for both of us. It's kind of like giving the finger to my suicide ideation, telling them suicidal thoughts to just go away. And it works. Obviously, folks, I'm not a professional. I'm just speaking anecdotally from my experience, trying to have a conversation and raise awareness about mental health, because not everyone knows, or folks know some and maybe they could know more, and most importantly, we can share and talk about this. So get down in the comments, tell me what your suicide safety plan is. Share. Remember, hope is a choice.